Coconut. Get you some New Amsterdam.
I got the coconut right now at the crib. Kid you not.
You love coconut Amsterdam.
We gonna lace him.
We gonna lace you. We gonna get
lace him all flavors. Because you got the
I appreciate that.
Because you know he got a whole porno set here. You know y'all don't know
why y'all think
that joint was laid out too soft? That shit is like some 80s mixed up modern. That joint was laid out too soft. That couch, because you don't need the couch if you're shooting in the joint.
Wallow, it's about having a plush environment, man. I know you used to prison benches and shit.
Yeah, but listen, this shit,
cafeteria like metal
but
chairs, dog.
But it don't have nothing to do when you shooting that. That joint was a scene. That was a scene.
I had some people on the couch. You never seen how it was stirred up?
That's a scene. That was a scene, man.
Hey, yo, I really want y'all to get a better understanding of me, because I think I'm the most misunderstood person probably in hip hop culture. You know, people usually have an opinion about me based on one little thing, but nobody ever really engages me to have a conversation. So when y'all hit me up like, yo, you want to pop on? Of course.
Do you think, I'm going to say this. As a journalist, you're a journalist, right? You're an honest journalist, right?
I don't consider myself a journalist. I'm going to tell you why. I do believe things I do fall in line with what journalists are expected to do, but I wouldn't call myself a journalist, because there's the people who claim they went to school for this and third. They're gonna say I don't follow the protocols. So for example,
doing your research on the information and all that stuff.
And there's a lot of times I mix. I'll tell you what's fact, but I also lace it with opinion. You know, I'm an opinionated person. And a lot of times, you know, if you're following journalism, you're supposed to be super cut and dry, or if it's an opinion piece, it's just an opinion piece. You know what I mean? I think I'm a personality. I just think I'm a human.
All right, is you a reporter?
Yes.
Do you believe that you're reporting of Chicago?
Right into it.
Listen, as Chicago, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Do you believe, and I'm talking about you, we're not talking about nobody else, that you're reporting in the way that you amplify certain individuals created a crime wave?
No. Add it to the crime wave.
Add it to it. I'm just saying, like, but and the reason I say created, because, you know, if certain people feel as though they this, it's gonna put targets on their head and they're gonna feel bigger. And it's going to start, because you was doing a lot of reporting.
Yeah.
What do you be honest? Do you feel as though at any time you added to anything from your reporting? Did you think it could cause harm to the streets of Chicago?
At the time, I thought no.
Okay.
And you know, I love this conversation, but I hate it, because people, they never want to admit growth.
Yeah, growth is everything.
They also never want to admit someone being honest.
I used to rob people. I don't do no more. So that's...
But somehow in hip-hop culture, that's more acceptable to what's normalized than even me being honest and say, at the time, the way in which I reported on and covered Chicago and crime in Chicago mixed with the music, which was drill, I thought there was zero effect.
Okay.
I wholeheartedly believe that. As time went on and I got older, as time went on, as my platform became more influential, as time went on and I recognized the power of my voice, I believed that...
Put that fucking water down, man.
I believe that things I would say would maybe heighten already existing circumstances. And I always said that, like, you know, when you think about most problems in the United States, whether it's that or something else, there's many factors that go into it. I've gotten to the place in my life that I'm down to take if you want to call it blame, or you want to call it learning. But I'll take. But this is where I jump off that conversation, right? Because, like,
I know you're a jumper.
I'm down to say, yeah, I may have heightened situations unknowingly, but I definitely was not the cause.
Was there ever a time that an artist reached out to you from Chicago that you ain't got to say no names, to be like, yo, why you ain't talking about me like that? Why you ain't amping me? Why you ain't pumping my name up like I'm a demon?
Yo, and this is the thing where, you know, you guys on the media side, you know, and we had brief conversations before camera, and, you know, we ain't really bring it up, but one thing I did take away from, like, even what Gilly was saying is that, you know, Gilly is using his mind, and you are as well, Wallow, like, in saying, yo, I'm gonna be the adult to make sure these conversations, I don't think it would be helpful for you if this is included in what we're gonna talk about on the podcast, right? When it comes to me, there's artists that they used to set, there's no accountability for the other side, I get it. Artists used to send me like, yo, you see this shit? yo, when you report about it, make sure you shout out the right people. Yo, look at this. People would just snitch on themselves. It became where, and this is where hip hop is hypocritical, because street shit and street rappers and music fans, which sometimes might be all different crowd and maybe all different type of people, they're all intertwined when it comes to the promotion of the shit. So like, they're telling me the shit that they like, hey, we want to have that reputation. We want you to put that out there that people could know that when we rapping this, it means this. It's not only in Chicago, it happens all over.
Mm-hmm. And let me just say this, right? One thing I want to acknowledge, right? Because as a man, first it takes a real man to be like, no, I was wrong. And, I feel like I was wrong. I added to it. And, just as a man, I grew and I didn't realize what I was doing until I was able to grow. It's a flip side to that too, you know what I'm saying? Because the young niggas that's sending them videos and the young niggas that they need time to grow too. They don't really understand what they doing in life. They just searching for a moment. They just searching for that one moment where they think, damn, if I get this one moment, this could help my career take off. And a lot of times, a lot of them niggas don't even really be demons, that ain't really who they really is. They ain't really just get a chance to grow up and figure out who they are. So that's why we get this game to the young niggas. So if you 17, you 18 years old and you watching this and one of these type of moves is one of your plays, you might rethink your shit and say, nah, that ain't really what I want to do, because this shit could come back and haunt you later because you looking for a moment right now. Or one viral moment. That's all you looking for. And that shit could come back and haunt you later in life. So, ain't nothing like growth. I salute you for that.
Hey, but now on the flip side, I'm gonna hold Wallow accountable.
Mm-hmm.
So, when I did the war in Chirac, right, which was a very, I did it in satire. In hindsight, it wasn't the best way to cover something that was affecting a lot of people. And at that time, I thought it was the best way to raise awareness by trying to point out how ridiculous the situation was. But in hindsight, there's a lot of hurt, pain, this and third that, I will never say I contributed, like I'm the reason someone died.
Right.
But the overall situation, there was some contribution. And I have to have that accountability to say the next thing. When it comes to hip hop, the finger pointing and the scapegoating usually stops once you get the person who you feel nobody likes or you could gang up on. And it stops because the people who also continue to do it, everybody likes or you're scared of. So I'll say this, right? When I was doing the war in Chirac, I was 20, 23, 24. Man, I haven't done that shit 6, 7 years. There's still people rapping about that. There's still other people covering that. There's still that energy there that's being propagated by other people. But people conveniently ignore that. And every time I've tried to be productive in having these conversations now about shit that the crime rate didn't stop when I stopped doing it. The crime rate been going up. They've been going crazier and crazier. But there hasn't been nobody else has been a scapegoat except Ak.
But because at the end of the day, right, that's like Allen Iverson, right? I'm gonna give you a basketball reference.
Okay.
He was one of the first to be like, no, fuck that. I'm getting tattoos, I'm wearing braids, I'm not coming to the game with no suits on, I'm not coming. Now, everybody do that. But he had to be the one to take the flack for everybody else to be able to come through. Just like you saying, you ain't done it in 6 years, you ain't gotta do it no more. You know why? It's 1,000 bootleg DJAkademiks out here that's making, Chicago stories and
all types of cities.
All types of cities, Minnesota. So they just looking at you as, damn, I seen him document the struggle, which that's how they look at it because they in the struggle. I seen him document it. I seen him do this. I seen him do that. And now I see